The Quran, the holy book of Islam, is a treasure trove of spiritual guidance, historical narratives, and profound wisdom. While many aspects of the Quran are widely discussed and studied, several intriguing elements often go unnoticed. These lesser-known aspects not only enrich our understanding of the text, but also highlight its timeless relevance. In this exploration, we delve into 5 fascinating topics mentioned in the Quran that rarely find their way into mainstream discourse. From the healing properties of honey to the detailed stages of human embryonic development, the Quran offers insights that resonate with both spiritual and scientific perspectives. By shedding light on these overlooked themes, we aim to uncover the profound connections between faith, nature, and the human experience as articulated in the Quran. 1. The role of honey in healing. The Quran's discussion of honey and its healing properties is a fascinating intersection of spiritual guidance and natural wisdom that merits more attention than it typically receives. In Surah An-Nahl 16:69, Allah states, "There emerges from their bellies a drink, varying in colors, in which there is healing for people. Indeed, in that is a sign for a people who give thought." This verse is not merely a poetic reflection on the sweetness of honey, but rather a profound observation about its medicinal benefits and a call to consider the wonders of the natural world. Honey, as described in the Quran, is produced by bees, creatures that are mentioned with a sense of reverence and wonder. Bees are depicted as following a divinely inspired path, gathering nectar from flowers and producing honey, which serves as a healing substance. The Quran's mention of honey predates modern scientific discoveries about its medicinal properties, highlighting the text's timeless relevance. From a scientific perspective, honey is known for its antibacterial, antifungal, and antioxidant properties. It has been used in various cultures for thousands of years as a natural remedy for numerous ailments. The Quran's reference to honey's healing properties is supported by contemporary research that validates its effectiveness in treating wounds, burns, and infections. Honey's high sugar content creates an environment that is inhospitable to bacteria, while its enzymatic production of hydrogen peroxide adds to its antimicrobial qualities. Furthermore, honey contains trace amounts of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids, contributing to its overall health benefits. The process by which bees produce honey is also a marvel of nature. Bees collect nectar from flowers, which they then transform through a process of regurgitation and evaporation. This process reduces the water content of the nectar, turning it into the thick, sweet substance we recognize as honey. The variation in color and flavor of honey, as mentioned in the Quran, depends on the types of flowers from which the bees collect nectar. This diversity not only adds to the sensory appeal of honey, but also to its range of medicinal benefits, as different floral sources contribute different compounds and nutrients. In Islamic tradition, honey is often used in both spiritual and physical healing practices. It is included in various prophetic traditions, hadith, as a recommended treatment for illnesses. The Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said, "Make use of the 2 remedies, honey and the Quran." Ibn Majah. This hadith underscores the importance of both spiritual and natural remedies in maintaining health and well-being. Moreover, honey's mention in the Quran as a source of healing serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of human health and the natural environment. It encourages believers to seek cures within the natural world, to value and protect the environment, and to recognize the divine wisdom inherent in creation. The bee, a small and often overlooked creature, becomes a symbol of divine guidance and natural bounty. The reference to honey in the Quran also invites a broader reflection on the role of natural substances in traditional and modern medicine. While synthetic drugs and advanced medical technologies dominate contemporary healthcare, there is a growing recognition of the value of natural remedies and holistic approaches to health. Honey, with its ancient roots and proven benefits, exemplifies the enduring relevance of natural healing practices. The mention of honey in Surah An-Nahl 1669 is a rich and multi-layered topic that connects spiritual teachings with natural science. It highlights the medicinal properties of honey, the miraculous nature of bees, and the importance of environmental stewardship. By reflecting on this verse, believers are encouraged to appreciate the natural world, seek holistic approaches to health, and recognize the divine wisdom in creation. This Quranic insight into honey's healing properties remains as relevant today as it was centuries ago, offering a timeless reminder of the harmony between humanity and nature. 2. The stages of human embryonic development. The Quran's description of human embryonic development in Surah Al-Mu'minun 23:12-14 is a remarkable blend of spiritual insight and biological accuracy. The verses state, "And certainly did we create man from an extract of clay. Then we placed him as a sperm drop in a firm lodging. Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump of flesh, and we made from the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. Then we developed him into another creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators." These verses encapsulate a profound understanding of the stages of human embryonic development, articulated at a time when scientific knowledge about human reproduction was extremely limited. The Quran's portrayal of these stages is not only spiritually significant, but also remarkably consistent with what modern science has uncovered about embryology. The journey begins with the creation of man from an extract of clay. This phrase can be understood as a reference to the fundamental elements that constitute the human body, elements that are found in the earth. From these basic components, human life originates. The next stage described is the placement of a sperm drop in a firm lodging, which corresponds to the fertilization of the egg by the sperm and the subsequent implantation of the fertilized egg, zygote, in the uterine wall, where it is securely lodged and begins to grow. The Quran then describes the transformation of the sperm drop into a clinging clot. This is an astonishingly accurate depiction of the blastocyst stage, where the developing embryo attaches to the uterine wall, appearing as a small clinging entity. This stage, scientifically known as implantation, is critical for the embryo's continued development and eventual growth into a fetus. Following this, the Quran mentions the development of the clot into a lump of flesh. This corresponds to the embryonic stage, where the cells begin to differentiate and form the early structures of the body, including the somites, which are precursors to the vertebral column and muscles. The lump stage signifies the initial formation of the embryonic body plan. The verse continues with the creation of bones and the subsequent covering of these bones with flesh. This mirrors the process of ossification, where cartilage is gradually replaced by bone, and the development of muscle tissues that encase the skeletal structure. This stage highlights the intricate and sequential nature of embryonic development, where each phase builds upon the previous one in a highly organized manner. Finally, the verse speaks of the development into another creation, signifying the transition from a mere biological entity into a human being endowed with unique characteristics and potential. This culminates in the recognition of Allah as the best of creators, acknowledging the divine wisdom and power behind the intricate process of human development. The Quran's description of these stages predates the advent of modern embryology by centuries. It wasn't until the 20th century, with the development of advanced microscopy and imaging techniques, that scientists could fully appreciate and verify the detailed processes described in these verses. The congruence between the Quranic account and modern scientific findings is often highlighted by scholars and scientists, noting the precision with which these ancient verses describe complex biological phenomena. Moreover, these verses encourage a deeper reflection on the miracle of life and the processes that sustain it. They invite believers to ponder the wisdom and creativity inherent in the natural world, fostering a sense of awe and gratitude towards the Creator. The embryonic development described in the Quran serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all life forms and the meticulous design that governs their existence. In the context of Islamic teaching, these verses also underscore the sanctity of human life and the importance of respecting and protecting it from its earliest stages. The Quran's detailed account of embryonic development affirms the significance of each phase of life, encouraging a compassionate and respectful approach to issues related to human reproduction, development, and healthcare. The portrayal of human embryonic development in Surah Al-Mu'minun 23:12-14 is a testament to the Quran's profound insight into natural processes. It highlights the remarkable alignment between ancient spiritual teachings and modern scientific understanding, offering a timeless reminder of the divine wisdom embedded in the creation and development of human life. These verses continue to inspire awe, reflection, and a deeper appreciation for the miracle of human existence. 3. The Quran addresses the issue of environmental stewardship with a profound message in Surah Ar-Rum 30:41. Corruption has appeared throughout the land and sea by reason of what the hands of people have earned, so he may let them taste part of the consequence of what they have done, that perhaps they will return to righteousness. This verse highlights the interconnectedness between human actions and the state of the environment, emphasizing the responsibility of humanity to maintain the balance and integrity of the natural world. The phrase, "corruption has appeared throughout the land and sea," can be interpreted as a reflection on the various forms of environmental degradation caused by human activity. This includes pollution, deforestation, climate change, loss of biodiversity, and the depletion of natural resources. The verse suggests that these negative outcomes are not arbitrary, but are directly linked to human behavior and decisions. This perspective is remarkably prescient, considering the current global environmental crisis, largely driven by industrialization, overconsumption, and unsustainable practices. The Quran's call to environmental stewardship is not just a matter of maintaining physical health and well-being, but it is also a spiritual and ethical obligation. The verse implies that the environmental corruption we witness is a result of what the hands of people have earned, indicating a moral responsibility. This concept is deeply rooted in the Islamic principle of Khalifa, or stewardship, where humans are regarded as caretakers of the earth, entrusted by Allah to protect and preserve it. This stewardship is a form of worship and a demonstration of gratitude for the bounties provided by the Creator. The environmental message in this verse also serves as a warning and a reminder of the consequences of neglecting our responsibilities. By allowing humanity to taste part of the consequence of what they have done, 14:27, the Quran underscores the idea that environmental degradation can lead to suffering and hardship. This suffering is meant to prompt reflection and a return to righteous and responsible behavior. In this sense, the environmental challenges we face are both a test and a wake-up call, urging us to reconsider our relationship with the natural world and to adopt more sustainable practices. The Quranic approach to environmental stewardship also includes a recognition of the intrinsic value of all creation. Every element of the natural world, from the tiniest microorganism to the vast oceans, is created with purpose and wisdom. This holistic view encourages a deep respect for all forms of life and a recognition of their role in maintaining the balance and harmony of the ecosystem. By disrupting this balance, humanity not only harms the environment, but also undermines the intricate web of life that supports all existence. In practical terms, the teachings in Surah Ar-Rum can inspire a range of actions to protect and restore the environment. These include reducing waste, conserving water and energy, protecting natural habitats, and promoting sustainable agriculture and consumption. By integrating these practices into daily life, individuals and communities can contribute to a healthier and more sustainable planet. Furthermore, the Quranic emphasis on returning to righteousness can be seen as a call for systemic change. It encourages the development of policies and practices that prioritize environmental sustainability and justice. This involves not only addressing immediate environmental issues, but also tackling the underlying economic, social, and political factors that contribute to environmental degradation. For instance, promoting renewable energy sources, enforcing regulations to reduce pollution, and supporting initiatives that protect endangered species are all aligned with the Quranic vision of stewardship. The role of education in fostering environmental stewardship is also crucial. By raising awareness about the Quranic teachings on the environment and the scientific realities of environmental challenges, educators can inspire a new generation to take action. This can be achieved through integrating environmental education into school curricula, organizing community-based environmental projects, and leveraging media and technology to spread awareness. Surah Ar-Rum 3041 offers a timeless and profound message about the importance of environmental stewardship. It highlights the consequences of human actions on the environment, underscores the ethical and spiritual responsibility to protect the natural world, and calls for a return to righteous behavior. By embracing these teachings, individuals and communities can contribute to a more sustainable and harmonious relationship with the earth, ensuring its health and vitality for future generations. This Quranic perspective not only aligns with modern environmental science, but also enriches it with a deep sense of moral and spiritual purpose. 4. The Ant and Solomon. For the ant and Solomon, the Quranic account of the interaction between Prophet Solomon, Sulaiman, and the ants in Surah An-Naml 27-18-19 provides a unique and insightful perspective on the communication and organization within the animal kingdom. The verses narrate, "Until, when they came upon the valley of the ants, an ant said, 'O ants, enter your dwellings, that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers, while they perceive not.' So Solomon smiled, amused at her speech, and said, 'My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor, which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to do righteousness of which you approve, and admit me by your mercy into the ranks of your righteous servants.'" This passage not only highlights the miraculous ability of Prophet Solomon to understand the speech of animals, but also draws attention to the complex social structures and communication methods of ants, which have been subjects of scientific curiosity and admiration. The story begins with Solomon and his army approaching a valley inhabited by ants. The ant, perceiving the potential danger posed by the approaching army, warns its fellow ants to retreat into their dwellings to avoid being inadvertently crushed. This account reflects a high level of organization and communication among the ants, attributes that modern entomology has confirmed. Ants are known for their sophisticated social structures, with roles and responsibilities distributed among different members of the colony. They communicate using chemical signals, pheromones, sounds, and touch to coordinate activities such as foraging, defense, and nest maintenance. Solomon's reaction to the ant's speech is one of amusement and gratitude. His smile and subsequent prayer reflect his recognition of the wisdom and intricate design present in all creatures, no matter how small. Solomon's ability to understand the ants symbolizes a broader theme in the Quran: the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of recognizing and respecting the diverse forms of communication and intelligence in the natural world. The story also emphasizes the ethical treatment of all living beings. Solomon's army could have easily trampled the ants without noticing, but the ants' warning and Solomon's understanding prevented unnecessary harm. This interaction teaches a lesson about the importance of being mindful of the impact of human activities on other creatures. It calls for compassion and consideration for all forms of life, promoting a sense of stewardship and responsibility towards the environment and its inhabitants. Moreover, the ant speech and the subsequent dialogue between Solomon and Allah highlight the theme of gratitude and humility. Solomon acknowledges the divine favor that has been bestowed upon him and seeks to use his abilities and knowledge to do righteous deeds. This reflects an important Islamic principle, 2132, the use of one's gifts and resources for the benefit of others and in accordance with divine will. Solomon's prayer for mercy and inclusion among the righteous serves as a reminder of the need for humility and the constant striving for moral and ethical integrity. From a scientific perspective, the behavior of ants as described in the Quran is remarkably accurate. Ants exhibit complex problem-solving abilities and can perform tasks that seem highly coordinated and purposeful. For instance, they can build intricate nests, form long foraging lines, and even wage organized wars against other colonies. The Quran's acknowledgement of these behaviors centuries before they were scientifically documented speaks to the profound observational insights contained within the text. The Quranic narrative also invites reflection on the broader implications of understanding and respecting animal intelligence. It challenges anthropocentric views that regard human intelligence and communication as superior to those of other species by portraying animals as sentient beings with their own forms of communication and social organization. The Quran fosters a more inclusive and respectful view of the natural world. This perspective is increasingly relevant in contemporary discussions about animal rights and conservation, encouraging a shift towards more ethical and sustainable interactions with wildlife. In educational contexts, the story of Solomon and the ants can be used to teach various interdisciplinary lessons. It provides a foundation for exploring topics in biology, such as animal behavior and ecology, as well as ethical discussions about environmental stewardship and the treatment of animals. It also offers a spiritual dimension, encouraging gratitude, humility, and the recognition of divine wisdom in the natural world. The narrative in Surah An-Naml 27:18-19 is a rich and multifaceted account that highlights the complexity and intelligence of ants, the ethical treatment of all creatures, and the importance of gratitude and humility. It underscores the interconnectedness of all life forms and the necessity of mindful and compassionate stewardship of the environment. By integrating these insights, individuals can develop a deeper appreciation for the natural world and a more responsible approach to their interactions with it. The story of Solomon and the ants remains a timeless reminder of the wisdom embedded in the Quran and its relevance to both spiritual and scientific pursuits. 5. The story of the sleepers of the cave. The story of the sleepers of the cave, known as Ashab al-Kahf, is a fascinating and mysterious narrative found in Surah Al-Kahf 18:9-26. This account tells of a group of young men who sought refuge in a cave to escape religious persecution and were miraculously put to sleep by Allah for several centuries. When they awoke, they found that the world around them had significantly changed and their faith had been vindicated. This story, rich in themes of faith, perseverance, and divine intervention, offers profound lessons and insights that are often overlooked. The narrative begins by introducing the young men who were devout believers in a time of rampant idolatry and oppression. They fled their city to preserve their faith, seeking refuge in a cave. In verse 18:10 they pray, "Our Lord, grant us mercy from yourself and provide for us guidance in our affair." This prayer highlights their reliance on divine guidance and mercy, a central theme in their story. Their faith and determination to stay true to their beliefs, even in the face of severe adversity, underscore the importance of steadfastness and trust in divine providence. Allah's response to their prayer was to put them into a deep sleep, which lasted for centuries. Verse 18:11 states, "So we cast a cover of sleep over their ears within the cave for a number of years." The specifics of their sleep and its duration are left ambiguous, adding to the miraculous nature of the event. This prolonged sleep can be seen as a symbol of divine protection and the suspension of normal earthly concerns, allowing them to escape the immediate danger and emerge into a transformed world. The condition of their sleep is described in detail in verse 18:18. "And you would have thought them awake while they were asleep, and we turned them to the right and to the left, while their dog stretched his forelegs at the entrance." This verse highlights the miraculous nature of their slumber, as their bodies were preserved in a way that prevented decay despite the passage of time. The presence of the dog at the entrance adds an additional layer of intrigue and companionship, as the dog is also included in the divine protection granted to the young men. When the sleepers awoke, they were unaware of how much time had passed. In verse 18:19, they discuss among themselves, saying, "How long have you remained?" They said, "We have remained a day or part of a day." They said, "Your Lord is most knowing of how long you remained." Their disorientation underscores the miraculous nature of their sleep and the significant passage of time. This moment of awakening is pivotal, as it marks their re-entry into a world that has changed, while their faith and principles have remained constant. The story continues with one of the young men venturing into the city to buy food, only to discover that the religious and social landscape had drastically transformed. Their city, once hostile to their monotheistic beliefs, had embraced the faith they had sought to protect. This shift is a powerful testament to the enduring nature of truth and the ultimate triumph of faith over oppression. The sleeper's return serves as a sign to the people of their time, reinforcing the themes of divine intervention and the power of steadfast faith. The story of the sleepers of the cave also touches on the human fascination with time and the supernatural. The townspeople's reaction to the young men's return is one of awe and wonder as they realize the divine miracle that has occurred. In verse 18:21, the Quran states, "And thus did we make their case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of Allah is truth, and that of the hour there is no doubt." This verse emphasizes that the purpose of the miracle was to affirm the certainty of Allah's promises and the reality of the day of judgment. Moreover, the story raises questions about the nature of divine signs and the human tendency to seek tangible evidence of the divine. The sleepers themselves became a living testament to Allah's power and the truth of His message, serving as a reminder to their contemporaries and to future generations of the importance of faith and divine reliance. In addition to its religious and spiritual dimensions, the story of the sleepers of the cave has inspired various interpretations and cultural adaptations throughout history. It has been a source of fascination in both Islamic and non-Islamic traditions, influencing literature, art, and folklore. The themes of miraculous survival, time travel, and divine protection resonate across cultures and epochs, illustrating the universal appeal of the narrative. The Quran's retelling of this story also emphasizes the importance of humility and avoiding speculative debates about matters beyond human comprehension. In verse 18:22, it mentions the differing opinions about the number of the sleepers. They will say there were 3, the 4th of them being their dog. And they will say there were 5, the 6th of them being their dog, guessing at the unseen. And they will say there were 7, and the 8th of them was their dog. Say, my Lord is most knowing of their number. None knows them except a few. This verse advises against unnecessary speculation and reminds believers to focus on the essential lessons of the story, rather than getting caught up in details that are ultimately known only to Allah. In conclusion, the story of the sleepers of the cave in Surah Al-Kahf 18:9-26 is a richly layered narrative that offers timeless lessons on faith, perseverance, and divine intervention. It highlights the power of steadfast belief in the face of adversity, the miraculous nature of divine protection, and the ultimate triumph of truth. The story also serves as a reminder of the importance of humility and reliance on divine wisdom. By reflecting on this narrative, believers can draw inspiration and guidance, reinforcing their faith and commitment to righteous living. The sleepers of the cave remain a powerful symbol of the enduring nature of faith and the certainty of Allah's promises.